We're having a picnic here. You can imagine. I mean, this is fun. I mean, it's not that much fun, but it's fun. Okay, ladies, here's question number 2 coming up. Please just take a shot of me from the waist up, Paul, if you don't mind. Ladies, our magic genie says he'll give you a remote control button that can turn your husband on and off sexually. Would you like to try this miraculous button for a couple of days, yes or no? Goodbye. Okay. I think that's called Press Your Luck, isn't it, that? Another show. We're starting with you, Norman. Would Karen like a button like that? This miraculous button.
If your legs need a shave, or are you wearing socks? I can't. Oh, you do.
I'm wearing... Why, have I got to run? Oh, no. I just got these 2. Oops.
A little clear nail polish will stop the run.
It will? How do you know that?
How do I know that?
Yes. Wait a minute.
Wait. Now, what's the question?
The question was, would Karen like to have this miraculous button from the genie that would turn you off sexually whenever, or on, or off?
On?
Or off.
On or off?
On or off, with just the press of the button.
No, it's kind of nice this way. I don't think that we need any kind of button turn me on or off.
Yeah. So she said to try for a couple of days, maybe.
A couple of days?
Yeah, a couple of days.
How about an hour? No, I don't know why, but I would just say no. We don't want any buttons.
No buttons?
No.
Yeah? Don't think
Just some funny outfits, you know, and things.
Please, watch it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you're going to say no.
I'll say no.
Wouldn't be interested in that.
I have no idea.
I wonder what the advantage would be. Well, for instance, when one person is in the mood and the other is not. And if you press the button, then you're both in the mood. Right?
It's like instant gratification. I don't believe in that.
You don't
I believe in many hours of hard work.
I believe in that, too. I think that's a very good belief to have.
Well, it seems like many hours.
Yeah. Okay, you're going to say no.
No, I don't. No.
Karen, would you like to try this magic button for a couple of days?
See, if I had that little button, I think I would have to take him to the home while I use that little button. Yeah, I would. You bet.
Oh, no. He said no.
Now, wait a minute.
Wait.
Let me get this straight.
Okay.
If you had the button and you push it, then you'd have to take me to the home. Yes, I'll have the button. What kind of an answer is that?
No, well, I mean, if I had the button, I'd leave the button pushed all the time.
Yeah, and then I'd wind up at the home.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. From exhaustion, you mean?
Right.
Sure.
But is that what she wants, for me to go to the home?
No, she doesn't want you to go for a home.
Why did
She
you
wants
say
to press
no?
the button so that you are turned on sexually all the
time. Why did he say no?
You want me turned on all the time?
Why not, big boy?
She's telling you.
She's an animal.
What she feels. I'm glad you don't have that button. I don't want you to go to home. I want to see you some more. Sorry about that, Karen, but you're not wrong. You're right, of course. You know what you want. What will Susan say, Chuck?
Well, I think that we don't have too much need for the button. I'm having trouble sitting out here even as I speak.
Is that right?
But given the option, because there have been times, like when I come home at 2 in the morning, it's like I think she'd like it more for herself to get me when I'm tired when I come home from work. But sure, I think she might try it. She might go for the button.
How long have you been married, Chuck?
We've been married about 2 years.
2 years?
2 years, and it's still fresh. Still sparking.
Yeah.
No kidding. After 2 years.
After 2 years. What a great guy. I think 2 years is admirable that you still are excited. I think that's wonderful. Thank you for being with us today, in fact. You'll say that Susan will say...
I think given the chance to experiment with a button like that for, like 7th or 8th wind experimentation, maybe.
7th or 8th wind?
He's going to the Olympics.
My goodness. You should be on one of those award shows or something. The People's Choice or one of those.
Yeah, well...
All right. You'll say, yeah, here she comes. Susan, we need a yes or no. Would you like to use this button for a couple of days?
I think I'd ask the genie to give me another magic button. No.
Oh, he said yes. Good. What was the other magic button you wanted?
Oh, for something else, for the housework, for something.
For the housework.
I already have the magic button. I don't need another one.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we would have asked
Save
that, but you
that.
see, asking for a magic button for housework isn't terribly interesting here, but...
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Sorry about... Look, nobody's gotten it right. Don, you can get the whole thing for the blue section. What
Does
do you
this
think?
button have a volume control?
A volume control?
No, we don't need no buttons.
No buttons.
No buttons.
You sure, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Watch this. Now, you see his face? Watch him change when she says yes. Watch this. Here she comes. Linda, you can get all the money for the blue section now. We want to know how you feel about this miraculous button. You can have it for a couple of days.
This is a tough question. We're very compatible, but I love gadgets. So I would say that I would go for it.
No! I told you. I told you. Look at his face, you see? You were so sure, so confident, so strong. Oh, I love it. No one got it right, Linda. Don't feel badly. No one got it right. So this $150 question goes over the next one, making it worth $300. We'll play for that after halftime, guys. Step to the rear. We'll bring the ladies out front, and we'll continue with the second half of Tattletales. I'm still here, believe it or not. We haven't been closed down or anything. If you're ready to go, ladies, let's see. Oh, this one's worth $300 because no one got the last question right. Are you ready?
Sure.
Men, when voting for the President of the United States, how much are you influenced by his looks? Is it closer to 10%, 25%, 50%, or more than that? Of course, if he was dressed the way I am, you may not particularly care to vote for him at all, but you may. Off you go. When voting for the President of the United States, his looks. We'll start with Susan. What do you think? What will Chuck say?
Okay. 10, 20, 50?
10, 25, 50, or more than that?
25.
25%? You think so?
Ask the question one more time.
When voting for the President of the United States, how much are you influenced by his looks? Is it closer to 10%, 25%, 50%, or more than that?
I'll say 10%.
10%. You're going down even more. How much would you be influenced by the appearance?
I would probably be influenced more like 25%.
25%? You think so? Well, I think it's becoming increasingly important, especially with television. I think we're really very, very much influenced by the appearance. Are you going to say he'll say 10%, though?
I think.
Here he comes. Chuck? How much?
Not very much. I'd say 10%.
That's right. That's what she said. Linda, what will Don say?
Well, he's very much into appearance, so I think he'd say 25%.
25%. I think television has an enormous impact on what we think about this guy by the way he talks and the way he presents himself and the way he looks. You'll say 25. Here he comes. Don, it's up to you.
10%.
No, she said 25. It's a tough question. It's a tricky question, I think, too, because there are issues, of course, but you can't help but be influenced by something you see all the time.
Yeah.
What do you think Norman will say, Karen?
Well, you've been pushing us toward 25 to 50%, Bert.
Oh, I don't mean to.
No,
I'm thinking about it. Actually.
You're right. You're right about that. I mean, I think there is a certain appeal to somebody looking good and presenting themselves well, but I think the question, based on how much it would influence him, I don't think looks really influences him, so I would say 10%.
You'll say 10. All right.
10%.
Yeah, there was a mild applause from the banana.
I'd say 50 to 75.
Do you? All right, here he comes. Norman, we need to know how much of an influence would that be on you?
Well, the first president I voted for was Lincoln.
Yeah.
You know what he looked like. Just to be very brief, I would say that looks count very little to me, especially in voting for a president. So I would say the lowest figure would 10%.
That's exactly right, what the lady said. Karen and Norman, Susan and Chuck split the $300 in half. Okay, still close. Now another $300 question coming up, and that will decide it for the day. Don't go away. I have no pantyhose on. I'm sorry. I should have pantyhose on. Is that why it's cold? I should be wearing pantyhose. I hope you're shooting below my waist so you can see why we're talking like this. Oh, where were we? This one's worth $300 too, guys. Listen carefully. This will decide the game. Of course, Men, you're having a dinner party for about 10 people. While you're having cocktails, one of your guests turns on the TV set and starts to watch a movie. Would you ask him to please shut the set off, yes or no? Okay, think about it. Off you go. My snap judgment is different than when you never know what he might be watching or why. Susan, what do you think? What will Chuck say? Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're going to start with Linda. What will Don say?
He would ask him, he would turn it off.
You think so?
Yes, definitely, because it would be the courtesy to the other guests.
Yeah, I would think normally accepted, and well, okay. But what if he's in it? Well, never mind.
He'll tape it.
Here comes Don. All right. Don, what would you do in a case like that?
We leave the TV on all the time. I wouldn't mind if you left it on.
No, she said you'd ask him to turn it off. What do you know about that? Moving down the line, we're short of time. Susan, what will Chuck say?
He will leave it on.
He would leave it on? Yes. Wouldn't ask him to turn it off?
He works so much he doesn't get to watch TV lately, and he has the TV on whenever he possibly can, cocktail party or not.
Really, even with 10 guests? All right, here he comes.
At our home, yes.
Okay. Chuck, what would you do?
Well, this is not as easy as it sounds. Depending on the size of the room, if it was in our apartment, it would be like, it would take up the entire party. But if it was at a decent-sized place, no, I'd let him leave it on.
That's right. That's what she said. Karen, this will decide the game. If you get it right, you win.
Well, it will probably be Norman who turns the TV on. So, in that case, he would certainly leave it on.
Just leave it on.
Yeah.
Here he comes. Norman, what will you do? This will decide the game.
Well, I would say that I would definitely ask him to turn it off.
No. She said you would leave it on. Susan and Chuck are right. Get the whole $300. Time is up, and the red section wins it. Sorry, Norman. You had more to say, I think. We'll come back in a moment, find out what Norman had to say, and give the red section their money. Don't go away. Today, the red section was Susan and Chuck, $400. We had $1,000. They will divide $1,400 in the red section. Thank you all. Thank you for being with us. I'll see you next time. I'll be dressed a little more warmly, I hope. Thank you. Bye.
In addition to cash awards, remember the winning rooting section selected at random will also receive lose weight with maximum strength Prolamine. Clinically tested Prolamine gives you hunger control you want when you need it most. Use as directed. Novahistine with a cough-controlling ingredient doctors recommend most. You can't buy a better care for a cough than Novahistine. Use as directed. And introducing Ragu Pizza Quick Kit for homemade pizza. Just open a box, it's Pizza Quick Kit, and open your own pizzeria. This is Johnny Olson speaking for Tattletales, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.